Hello everyone, Achen over here, and as you can see here, we are playing a kind of different game from the ones we usually play, from like World of Warcraft, Path of Exile, or something else. I wanted to do a really fast kind of review, because you may not know it, but I actually love and enjoy many of the Monster Hunter games. I have not played the ones on the portable things, like the PSP or Vita or things like that, but I did get to play most of the ones that got translated and ported to PC, like World and other things. That means, of course, I didn't play Rise, but I will plan to play the next one that they put. And why I'm talking about that is because this game is kind of like Monster Hunter. If you don't know what Grandblue Fantasy is, it's kind of a Japanese game that is something called gacha, and you can get a lot of different characters and level them and use them in different things. It's kind of a turn-based combat, the gacha one. They also made a spin-off called Versus. It's kind of a fighting game. It's also really fun, but I'm not that kind of gamer, so didn't play that one. I'm more of a watcher for fighting games. I kind of suck at them a lot. So why I'm reviewing this one is because I kind of really liked it. I've been playing for around 34 hours. I completed most of the normal campaign, and now I'm doing what it's called Maniac and Proud quests. So even after you get almost to the max level, that it's 100, you can still keep doing quests, and as you can see here, I've done most of them, but I'm still doing things. I still have to do these ones and then these ones, and when I finish the ones that I need to do for the next things, we will basically be almost done with the story. And now it has a lot of replayability. You can also do the campaign again in a more difficult way with chapter select. And even if you have not played the gacha game, you don't lose almost anything in the lore. There are fate episodes. They are called like kind of lore dumps in my mind, and they kind of explain the history of the characters. The story, of course, it's mainly on the first 4 or 5. These are kind of lore dumps, let's say. And then you have like new stories that you get to fight and do things. You also have little descriptions here. Of course, all of this is already done in the base game, so this is kind of lore accurate. These people already did those things, and we are in the continent of Zega Grande. This is kind of a new one. You could see the different islands that we have when we try to undertake quests. This, of course, a lot of them after already doing the campaign. And as you can see, also we have talent trees. They are called masteries. And we have the offense ones. Then we have defense. Then we can craft and equip different weapons for different things. In my case, I'm using the stun power one because it's one of the most OP mechanics, let's say. It lets you do link attacks on monsters. And also when you finish the campaign and get to a higher tier setting, you can also do over masteries that give you extra things. And the level cap is 100, and for weapons it's way more. You also have, of course, a lot of things that you can do even after capping weapons. Like, let me show you. You have sigils and imbues. You can see here we have sigils of level 10 max, but we also have sigils with 11 max. Those are like legendaries. You also have things like, let's say, dailies, but they are really easy to do and fast. You do a quick quest and you just go really fast and just keep doing them. They give you badges, and those are kind of the things that give you the most bang for buck at the beginning when you are still doing things. Because you can trade things in this NPC, and you can get really powerful imbue things, and also of course powerful sigils. You can also of course transmute sigils, selling things and then using them. And this is kind of like a mini gacha inside of the game, but it's really easy and easy to farm. And you can get things like, for example, this. It's kind of good. And of course, that's epic, and you can get legendary ones. And for the gameplay itself, it's really cool, and you really kind of enjoy. Same with, of course, the main character, and I haven't tried many of the other ones, but you do play as them in the Fate quests, and you can try and also level them. There is also a catch-up things. There you get these books, and with this you can level characters really easily. For example, if I want to level Katarina, let's say she's level 61, I can use one of these gold books, and using these 3 gold books she's already level 92, and of course that's a really high level and ready to do endgame quests. You will of course need to farm the masteries again, but they are also really fast to do. Now I will show you one past quest, let's say, and that will be the end of my kind of play. We're going to do something not an easy one, but also not a super hard one. This is a boss you fight, and then after you do it sometimes and unlock different difficulties, you get to unlock doing 2 bosses at the same time. This is a Frost boss, so if you really wanted to min-max, you could equip Frost resistance, sigils, and things like that. But we are a little bit overgeared for this, so we can just go. And it is like that. You can also, of course, do open lobbies or closed lobbies. I'm doing a closed one, so the 3 characters that are in my party are going to be NPCs. But if you do an open one, you pair up with different people online, doing the random quests or anything, and then you do the quest, and of course you can get people super geared or not that much. I also don't have the end game gear. I'm kind of like in the mid to late game, let's say. Of course, you can also choose between Japanese and English for the voice lines. Of course, as you can see, I'm not really good at this game. This is what it is. Still learning. But you can dodge, you can block, and do a lot of things. And of course, as always, you kind of have things like tanks and DPS and healers. For example, my kind of tank is Narmaya. She has an ability that makes her get like extra aggro. And you also have 4 abilities that you can choose between the things you already get. As you can see there, I leveled to level 100. And every character has different mechanics for their abilities. The captain, for example, as you can see, has the normal abilities, then a combo, and then you can do a race. It's kind of a channel move that gives you extra damage. And he also have a mechanic for arts. Now here we have one boss. You have played Monster Hunter or the new Final Fantasy. You can kind of see it's a little bit similar. And here is where my stun power comes from, getting this link. With doing link attack is really important. And you can see link time, it's also a mechanic, so will do a lot of extra damage. And also to get this is like an ultimate attack that you can get, and you can get a combo of up to 4, and you do something called a chain burst. This of course does a lot of damage, as you can see, completely annihilated him. And bosses also have this thing called overdrive, where you can break them when you do enough damage. And the other one kind of helped us. As you can see, doing 2 bosses is not as hard as it seems, because you can get a lot of links and other things. Or there's also things like perfect dodge and perfect parries. Oh shit. And of course you can also use potions and other things. And there's also mechanics, like as you can see there was a and there's also the more dangerous thing: when they get bloodlust, they take less damage and also do a special abilities. That one I'm just going to block because I'm not really good at dodging, as you have seen from before. Now we will finish one of these. Another link. We're kind of going to kill both of them at the same time, let's say. Kind of funny how we got hit by the other one. Then this one is at 1%. And then that is like one of the hardest, let's say, from mid to late, doing 2 bosses at the same time, with of course the mechanic of the 2 bosses. And it's not a huge spoiler of what that boss does or is. It's like big eye guy. And that is kind of my review. I wanted of course to show some gameplay, and as you can see also you get to open these chests, and also of course get the things after the fight. Can get some cool rewards. We did a lot of damage, so we also got S++ only from that. As you can see here, my character is now max level. There, after getting to max level, we will get some extra thingies. This is really good. Stone Power and Cascade. Kind of cool. Now for the last thing that I want to say is this. What happens when you get to max level? You will get knick-knack vouchers and then mastery points when you get XP. Now the journal thing. You can also here get your synopsis and things about the main story, notes, archive, etc. and trophies that you also get for doing a lot of things. You can of course choose a title from these trophies, and you also get some rewards. Like here, get some animas and spellbooks and things like that. You don't need to know what those are, but they are items to get better gear, XP, and things like that. Well, so that was my review. I really recommend it. I think it's like a 9 or 8.5 out of 10. I think I will enjoy this game a lot and keep playing it like I did with Monster Hunter until I finished all of the quests and got all my gear and Iceborne expansion, etc. I also expect this game to have a lot of updates. There's a match update upcoming with a new super boss that of course I'm still not geared to do. I will need to do a lot of things. And have a nice day.